It's always reckoned it might have been 1811.
You know what she is, Rufus? She's Grandpa Follett's grandmother.
Yeah, that's a fact, Rufus. I bet you never figured that you'd ever hear me call nobody Grandma, wouldn't you?
No, sir.
Well, you're going to. Are you listening to all this, Jim Wilson?
She's an old lady.
Old.
Lord God. Lord God.
Howdy, Sadie.
Howdy, John Henry.
Thought maybe you wouldn't have noticed.
Oh, I know, Joe, the minute I laid eyes on you. I just couldn't believe it. Howdy, Jesse. Good to see you, Sadie.
Howdy, Aunt Sadie.
Howdy, Jay. You Jay's brother?
I'm Ralph, Aunt Sadie.
Howdy, Ralph.
That's my machine we come in. And this is my bride, Sally. That's how I think of her.
Ernie.
And this is Mary, Aunt Sadie. Mary, this is Aunt Sadie.
I'm proud to know you. I figured it was you and Rufus.
Say hello to Aunt Sadie. Hello, Aunt Sadie.
Jim Wilson, I want you to give Aunt Sadie a hug and a kiss, okay? This is my boy, Aunt Sadie.
Howdy.
How's Grandma?
Oh, well, as we got it right to expect. But don't feel put out if she don't know none of yous. Now, she might and she might not. Half the time, she doesn't even know me.
Poor old soul.
If I was you, I'd come up on her kind of easy. It's been a coon's age, and she sees so many folks all to once. Me neither. It just might scare her if you just come a-hooping up on her in a flock.
Maybe you better see her the first, Paul. You the eldest.
Why, it's not me she wants to see. It's the young ones that tickle her most.
I reckon that's right, if and she can take any notice. She sure near cracked her heels when she heard your boy was born. Proud as Lucifer, 'cause he is the first.
I know. 5th generation that made.
Sally and I lost a baby the year before Rufus was born. That would have been the first.
That's so. She always took a shine to you.
I always did take a shine to her.
Did you get her postcard
What postcard?
when your boy was born?
Why, no.
Well, she told me what to write on one of them postcards and to put it in the mail to the two of yous, and I done it. Didn't you never get it?
It's the first I've heard tell of it.
What street did you send it to, Aunt Sadie? Because we moved right before Rufus was born.
Well, I never sent it to no street. I never knowed I needed to, Jay, working in the post office and all.
Aunt Sadie, I quit working for the post office a long time back. I'm in law now for Mary's Paul.
Oh, well, I guess that's how come then. 'Cause I just sent it to post office, Cristobal, Canal Zone, Panama. And I spelt it right. C-R-I...
Aunt Sadie, I've been living in Knoxville since before I was married even.
Well, they might just as well put me out to grass. Just lay me down and give me both barrels right through the head.
Why, Aunt Sadie?
Oh, I know that like I know my own name. I just plumb slipped my mind.
What a shame.
If I get like that, too, who's going to take care of her?
What'd she say in the postcard, Aunt Sadie?
Oh, well, now let me figure. It's been so long. I've been born again, she said. Love, great-grandma.
Born again. Why, that's beautiful.
Maybe. I always figured being born once was enough. Grandma, you got company. It's Jay and his wife and the others come up from Knoxville to see you. She knows who you are. Come here, Jay. Now, don't holler. It just scares her. You just talk real loud and real plain right up close to her ear.
I know. My mama is deaf.
Grandma. I'm Jay. John Henry's boy.
I figure she knows who you are.
She can't talk anymore, can she?
What times she can, times she can't. Ain't so seldom called for talk, I reckon she loses the hang of it. But I figure she knows who you are, and I'm tickled she does.
Come here, Rufus.
Go to him.
call her Grandma. Get up right close to her ear like you do to Grandma Lynch, and you say, Grandma, I'm Rufus.
Grandma, I'm Rufus.
Now come out where she can see you.
I'm Rufus.
Tell her I'm Jay's boy, Rufus.
I'm Jay's boy, Rufus.
Now kiss her.
Jay.
Let him be.
All right, Grandma. It's all right, Grandma. It's all right. It's all right, Grandma. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Is she all right?
All she knows is something's been took from her.
Ain't none of us ever gonna see Grandma again.
I wouldn't be surprised, Pa.
The hand of death coming close to this family.
Well, when her time comes, I'll be proud to officiate. Free of charge, of course.
Mama, do you know what happened?
What, dear?
Great-great-grandma had an accident when I kissed her. Isn't she too old for that, Mama? Isn't she?
All the Way Home will resume after these messages.
Hey. You sleep now, Google Eyes? Look what I found.
What, dear?
His old dog, Jackie.
Goodness sakes, where was it?
In the corner under the crib. I was scaring the boogeyman out of there.
Under the crib. Shame on me.
Little old Jackie.
Is Rufus asleep now?
Yeah, he's asleep.
What was the matter with him?
Bad dream, I reckon. Poor old Jackie. Remember when I got him?
Of course I do. Oh, you took such pleasure in picking him out.
Jackie was bigger than Rufus. And I had to explain. It's a dog, I had to say. Only dog was too big a word in those days. I gave you too soon, Jackie, and here it is too late. Left behind with the baby crib.
I certainly am glad we kept that baby crib. Save us buying a new one.
Back to the corner with you, Jackie.
Darling, don't leave him there. What is it, Jay?
Nothing. I reckon it's just seeing great-grandma again and remembering the summers I had out there and seeing Paul begin to shrink up and watching Ralph. Feeling Rufus growing bigger and singing those sad old songs, finding Jackie. It's just a day, Mary.
It's been a long one.
Yeah. Jackie's ear come off. It's enough to make a man thirsty. How far we all come, Mary. How far we all come. Away from ourselves. So far, so much between. You don't know where you started, what you had in mind, or where you thought you were going. All you know is you were headed someplace. One way you do remember. You have a boy or a girl of your own, and every now and then you sing to them or hold them, and You know how they feel. It's almost as if you were your own self again. Just think, Mary, my pa used to sing to me back before I was born, even before I was dreamed of in this world. His mama or his papa used to sing to him. Way on back through the mountains, back past great-grandma. Way on back through the years, all the way back to Adam. And nobody ever sang to Adam.
God did.
Maybe God did.
We're supposed to come away from ourselves, Jay. That's the whole point. We're supposed to come away from ourselves.
I know, to God.
I don't know how you can feel the way you do and not believe in him.
We come from people, Mary. And in time, they fall away from us, like great-grandma. We give birth to others, and in time, they grow away from us, like Rufus will. When we're about 80 years old, you and me, all we'll have left is us. And that's what I believe in. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's where we're headed, to each other. And the sad part, all our lives, is the distance between us. But maybe if we keep going in the direction we think is right, maybe we can't ever get all the way there. At least we can make the distance less than it was.
What?
You catch cold down there like that. Wait till I warm up the bed for you. When I was a youngster on the farm on cold nights, we all used to pile into one bed together. Finally, I was too big for that. But I wasn't too big to cry at being left alone in a big cold bed all by myself. And my ma, she brought me her own pillow, and she said, she put it under the pillows next to me, and she said, for me to pretend that it was one of them, keeping me warm and watching over me through the night. My poor ma, she slept without a pillow for a couple of months there. Your job is to get the other side of the bed warm for me. Who in the world could that be this time of night? Hello? Yeah, Central, this is Jay Follett. Put him through.
Who is it?
It's Ralph. Hey there, Ralph, what's the trouble? You crying, Ralph? Paul? Look, Ralph, you're not putting me out. Just tell me about Paul. I should come up, huh? Oh, hold on, Ralph. Just hold on right there. You know damn well I'm coming up if that's serious, so don't give me none of that. Just tell me, how sick is he really, Ralph? Well, think, damn it.
Is there a doctor?
The doctor, what's he say? From the way you tell me that, I suspect the doctor said a good chance. Well, never mind it, Ralph. Look, I'm talking too much. I'm coming on up. I'll be there. What time is it now?
It's 11:30.
It's 11:30, Ralph. I'll be there about 2:30. Well, I'm afraid that's the best my old tin lizard can make it, Ralph. You tell Mom I'm coming on up.
Jay, is he conscious?
Is he conscious? Well, if he gets conscious, just tell him I'm coming on up quick as I can. It's all right, Ralph. Don't mention it. Mary understands. Ralph, good night. Good night, Ralph. God, talking to him is like trying to put socks on an octopus.
Is it very grave?
Lord knows I can't be sure of anything with Ralph, but I can't afford to take the risk.
Of course not.
What are you up to?
I'm gonna fix you something to eat.
I can pick up some on the way.
And an all-night lunch.
It'll
for
be
snacks.
quicker.
I don't want your mama
All
to
right.
think I don't
All
think
right.
you.
All right. My tobacco? Oh, you had it all ready for me.
I had to guess which pipe you wanted.
Just the one I was looking for.
It's the one I gave to you.
Yeah.
You have time for a cup of coffee at least. It's the way you like it. The pot's chock full of old grounds. And I even added some new. I'd just as soon watch you drink sulfuric acid.
The outing today must have been too much for him. Pa sits there so quiet anymore, we don't always know what's going on underneath. He got home and just collapsed.
Isn't it funny, Jay? He was saying just this afternoon you'd be losing your great-grandmother soon. Now it turns out your father's the one in danger.
I guess we never know who's in danger. You got a birthday coming up. What would you like to do?
Jay, you nice thing.
Well, you think it over, whatever you'd like best. Within reason, of course. I see we manage it. That is, of course, if everything goes the way we hope it will up home.
It's time, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're almost looking forward to it, aren't you, Jay? Driving through the night when everyone else is asleep, the all-night lunchroom, driving fast.
Just know I have to go, Mary, so I'm anxious to get started.
Just don't drive too fast.
Scrapelins for him to find in the morning for his collection.
But maybe we ought to wake him up. I'm afraid he's going to be awfully disappointed you didn't say goodbye.
I looked in on it. Tell you what. Tell him, don't promise him or anything, of course, but just tell him that I'm practically sure to be back before he's asleep tomorrow night. Tell him I'll do my best.
All right. Now give your mother my love. Tell her they're both in my thoughts and wishes constantly, and your father, too, if he's well enough to talk.
Don't you come any further.
It was so warm this afternoon. I wish I was going with you, Jay. And whatever happens, it's just the way I feel.
Tell him I try to make it back for supper. Yeah, how's your money?
All right, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
I keep forgetting to tell you, I want this next one to be a girl.
The dear. Why, that dear.
All the way home will resume after these messages.
Father Jackson and I've had the loveliest afternoon planning aid for war-stricken Europe. And since we were all to come here for supper, I saw no reason for going home only to come out again. So I thought I'd stop by early, Mary dear, and we could have a nice, quiet chat.
Lovely, Mama.
I beg pardon? We can have a nice, quiet chat. Oh, lovely. Of course, when your papa finds out I've been with Father Jackson, no telling what he'll say. Well, I simply shan't listen.
Mama.
Bathroom? Telephone. Oh.
Hello? Yes, Central, go ahead. Jay? Jay, darling, I've been so anxious all day. How's your father? Oh, dear, then you went all that way for nothing. Jay, there's no sense in getting angry about it. You know how Ralph is. Just be thankful your father's all right. Rufus, come say hello to Grandma Lynch. Where's your hat?
I forgot.
Well, get it. What's that, dear? No, I'm sorry, I didn't hear. What? Oh, well, then you definitely be here for supper. The family's coming up.
That's Jay. Give him my love.
Yes, Mama's here already, and she sends her love. The others will be coming up later. Andrew has a present for me that they're all being very mysterious about, so do try to make it, Jay. Oh, well, darling, no, darling, don't hurry. Not if it means racing, because I can hold supper. Well, I would rather hold it than have you race. All right, then. We'll see you very soon. Thank you very much for calling. Jay. Goodbye. Excuse me. Rufus, what are you doing there? You're supposed to be at the streetcar stop.
I was looking for the surprise.
What surprise?
Daddy said we'd in here someplace.
Oh, Rufus, darling.
He said so, didn't he?
You're not to ask any questions, Rufus. Now, you can't keep Aunt Hannah waiting. Now, that was your papa on the phone. He says Grandpa Follett's going to be all right. Isn't that wonderful? And he says he'll be home for supper. Think of that, Rufus. You'll be able to see him before you go to bed tonight. Now, what are you going to say to Aunt Hannah?
I'm glad to go shopping.
I'm so glad.
I'm so glad to go shopping with you, Aunt Hannah. And thank you for thinking.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for thinking.
All right. Now say it all together.
I am so glad to go shopping with you, Aunt Hannah, and thank you very much for thinking of me.
Very good. You be sure to help her with her parcels now.
You always dress him so well, Mary, dear.
Oh.
Hey, there he is. What's your name? You know. No, I don't. Tell me. I told you yesterday. Honest. I don't know your name. You're just trying to tease me. I don't think he's got a name at all. He's a no-name nothing. No name nothing. Just leave him alone. Stop picking on him. What do you mean picking on a little kid like that? Pick on someone your own size. I didn't mean nothing. Don't pay no attention to them. I'll tell you my name if you answer a question. What question? You gotta promise to answer it first. Cross my heart and blood. Now what's your name? It's Rufus. Nigger name, nigger name, nigger name. That's not either. I got it from my great-grandpa Lynch. See, your grandpa's a nigger too. My great-grandpa, he is not. Rufus's grandpa's a nigger. He's a nigger. He's a nigger.
All this.
Afternoon, ma'am. We gotta go. Yeah, I think it's about time. You didn't answer my question.
Never mind, Rufus, never mind. What was it you wanted to ask those boys? Perhaps I can help you.
Mama says we got a surprise coming to our house.
Oh? Well, why were you going to ask those boys about it?
Because Daddy said if Mama didn't tell me about it, I'd find out from the old boys in the street. What do those boys know about surprises coming to our house, Aunt Hannah? Did Daddy tell them?
Well, of course not. They don't know a thing.
Daddy said they did.
Well, Rufus, he didn't mean they knew exactly. He just meant that... Rufus, I'm sure that your mother saw to it that you had a clean handkerchief before you came out today.
Can I clean your glasses, Aunt Hannah?
You promised to be very careful.
I promise.
Rufus, I know about the surprise.
You do?
Oh, yes, and I could tell you about it, but there are certain things that should only be told by certain people. Now, for instance, your school teacher is the one to tell you about arithmetic because she knows about it. Now, your mother and your father are the only ones to tell you about this particular surprise. Oh, there's plenty of others that'd be willing to tell you if you asked them. But you mustn't ask them.
Why not, Aunt Hannah?
Well, because they wouldn't tell it right.
Wouldn't you tell it right?
Breathe on the lenses, child. You wait for your mama to explain. You'll be glad you did later on. Well, there you are. What is that bunchy place under your jacket?
It's my hat.
Well, let's put it on. Oh, where does your mother buy your clothes? Miller's. Why, that's women's clothes, cut to fit little boys. I think when we've done our shopping on Gay Street, we'll go around to Market Street.
Mama won't go on Market Street.
Well, we're going into Harbison's there. I hear they're very sporty. And I'm going to buy you a cap. Or is there something else you'd rather have?
Oh, no.
Well, we'll see what we can do about it.
Oh. Aunt Hannah, I am so glad to go shopping with you. And thank you very much for thinking of me.
Your mother told you to say that, didn't she?
I forgot.
Well, I know a direct quotation when I hear it.